All right, I want to start this lesson by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Kodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men of great millstone that I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Salutations out there to the elect. All right, I want to do a quick lesson going into this video I came across. It says travel nurse recovering after brutal attack at Kentwood Station. And as you're going to see, the guy was brutally attacked by a what seems to be a jealous boyfriend. All right, so let's start the video, and then I'm going to get some context as the video progresses.
Brutally attacked outside of a restaurant at Kent Station. Keegan Kaitis may have been stalking his ex-girlfriend and attacked Travis Ashburn because he was with her at the restaurant. Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling spoke with her about the attack, and we do want to warn you, some of the details and images could be difficult for some viewers to see. Lauren Aaron says she and the victim, Travis, are longtime friends, and she says she believes that her ex may have been using a GPS tracker to find them at the restaurant before launching the attack.
He's always been a great friend, super supportive.
Lauren Aronson says she and Travis Ashburn, who works as a travel nurse, had gone to dinner at Kent Station to catch up and enjoy a summer night out.
We're walking out of Duke's on our way to my car.
That's when the celebration turned into a nightmare.
Me and Travis are walking, then Keegan comes up, runs up behind him, and hits him. Travis drops, totally knocked out, can't even fight back.
She says her ex-boyfriend, Keegan Kaitis, snuck up behind Travis, striking him on the head, causing him to fall to the ground unconscious.
All right, let's get a scripture. All right, and as you can see, that was the ex-boyfriend who assaulted her friend. This is the ex-boyfriend right here. He assaulted her friend. Let's see, that guy right here. He assaulted that guy. So this is the ex-boyfriend, and he was obviously jealous that his girlfriend was with another man, which that would be considered what, adultery. So let's start with this scripture right here in the book of Proverbs. This is Proverbs 6. It says, let's start at verse 32. Proverbs 6 and 32, it says, but whosoever committed adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Let's get this in the NLT. See what it says. It says, but the man who commits adultery is an utter fool, for he destroyeth himself. You see? So this friend of hers, let's go back. This friend of hers right here, he destroyed himself. You see? He lacks understanding because maybe he knew about the boyfriend, maybe he didn't. But, you know, if you ask me, I would say he knew about the ex-boyfriend. You see? But he continued to date this adulterous woman anyway. All right, let's continue to read. It says, let's go back. It says, verse 33, it says, a wound and dishonor shall he get, and his reproach shall not be wiped away. You see, a wound and dishonor shall he get. You see, let's hear about that wound and dishonor.
He's been a great friend, super supportive.
Lauren Aronson says she and Travis Ashburn, who works as a travel nurse, had gone to dinner at Kent Station to catch up and enjoy a summer night out.
We're walking out of Duke's on our way to my car.
That's when the celebration turned into a nightmare.
Me and Travis are walking, then Keegan comes up, runs up behind him, and hits him. Travis drops, totally knocked out, can't even fight back.
She says her ex-boyfriend, Keegan Kaitis, snuck up behind Travis, striking him on the head, causing him to fall to the ground unconscious.
He gets on top of him and just starts beating him and curb stomps him and then takes off and runs away.
Witnesses told police he'd been knocked out after the first blow, then proceeded to strike an unconscious Ashburn in the face several times. This was a photo of his injuries submitted into evidence. It was so graphic, we had to blur it.
You see, a wound and dishonor shall he get. You see? And it says, his reproach shall not be wiped away. Let's see what the NLT has to say. Let's read it in the NLT. It says, he will be wounded and disgraced. His shame will never be erased. Now he's going to be known as the boyfriend that got beat up by a jealous ex-boyfriend. You see, verse 34. This is the point, or the main point. It says, "For jealousy is the rage of a man; therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance." You see, verse 35. It says, "He will not regard any ransom; neither will he rest content, though thou givest him gifts." So the ex-boyfriend, he wasn't satisfied until he put a hurting on her current boyfriend, because he was obviously jealous of their relationship. He was mad because she was with another man. Let's read this in the NLT. It says, he will not accept compensation nor be satisfied with a payoff of any size. You see, let's read this, verse 34 in NLT. It says, for the woman's jealous husband or boyfriend will be furious. You see, he showed that furious when he beat him into a bloody pulp. It says, and he will show no mercy when he takes vengeance. You see, and the boyfriend, he showed no mercy. You see, look at what he did. He showed no mercy when it was time to, act upon that vengeance.
Runs away. Witnesses told police he'd been knocked out after the first blow, then proceeded to strike an unconscious Ashburn in the face several times. This was a photo of his injuries submitted into evidence. It was so graphic, we had to blur it. I'm like screaming, somebody help. And Lauren told police she'd also been physically abused in the past by Keegan, telling police, quote, Keegan had forcefully pressed his hand against her face, causing her lips to swell and her nose to bleed. Then when police were called, he tried to drive away with evidence, taking the bloody bed sheets with him. She also said Keegan would threaten to hurt or kill her dogs by hanging them, hurt her friends, and hurt her family. It finally took like somebody else getting hurt for me to come forth with everything. After the assault on Travis, detectives located a tracking device on the floorboard of Lauren's vehicle. Keegan pleaded guilty to violating a protection order on Lauren and the assault on Travis, writing, I hit and kicked him multiple times while he was on the ground, also admitting he broke multiple bones during the assault. Lauren started a fundraiser for Travis's medical expenses. Travis is getting help from his girlfriend and other friends as he continues to heal. He texted me tonight saying it's already been a long, painful journey so far. It's heartbreaking that this happened to him, It couldn't happen to somebody more nice and caring. And though Travis is recovering, he's been unable to work due to his injuries. He says he has quite a bit of facial swelling, and it is very painful. We'll put a link to his fundraiser on our website at fox13seattle.com. Reporting from Kent, Jennifer Dowling, Fox 13 News.
Yeah. All right, and as you saw, that was vengeance being taken upon that guy from a jealous boyfriend, which really goes back to the vengeance of the Lord, you see. So it was that time, it was that day of vengeance for that guy to be judged by the Lord. That's why that boyfriend did what he did, because the Lord created that spirit which was in that jealous ex-boyfriend for vengeance. Let's end with this scripture. One of my favorite, Ecclesiasticus 39. Let's see, spirits created for vengeance. Let's see. Because he was a spirit created for vengeance. This is Ecclesiasticus, which is in the Apocrypha, the book of Sirach. This is Ecclesiasticus 39 verse, let's start at 28. It says, there be spirits created for vengeance, you see, which in their fury they lay on sore strokes, which you saw in the video. He beat that guy to a bloody pulp. It says, in the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them, you see. So the Lord created this spirit to be put on that guy in order to enact vengeance. You see, the Lord needed a reason to have that the ex-boyfriend be jealous so that he can, use him to judge that guy, the boyfriend. You know, the Lord used the act of him being jealous, because the girlfriend was with another boyfriend to act vengeance, to bring vengeance upon the guy. You see? All right. It says fire, hail, famine, and death. All these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword. You see? The sword goes into the enemies that the Lord sends against you. It says punishing the wicked to destruction. It says they shall rejoice in his commandment and shall be ready upon the earth when need is. And when their time is come, you see, they shall not transgress his word. You see? So those who know the scriptures, we know that the Lord used that woman, used that woman to lure him, in order for the boyfriend to judge him. You see, the Lord used that relationship as an occasion to bring a spirit of vengeance in order to judge that boyfriend by using the ex-boyfriend. All right, I'll end the lesson here. All praises to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rekakwadash. Shalom.